Hello and welcome. This is Iron Raiden, and I have quite a few words about this entire situation that has transpired this past week. Now, I know that my words, if you happen to be watching this, may mean jack shit. That all the bigger voices, they said their piece. They are the ones more or less directly involved with this. But I've had my place in the community for a little over 3 years now. And again, this is about not standing by anymore. This is about just saying fuck it and taking the punches, whatever comes with it, and just doing what you know is the right thing. Now, again, if you happen to be watching this, then you likely already know the deal. Now, Geeks and Gamers, they are a channel owned and ran by Jeremy. Uche Waneri joined the team not too long ago. Former NFL player from the Jacksonville Jaguars. And to this point, leading up to the Snyder Cut with him, Lethal Lightning, Ryan Kennel, are all very big fans of the Snyderverse. They are very big fans of his films. They are just some of many who have touted to bring forth the cut of a film that they knew was meant to be all along. That, of course, did not happen due to the unfortunate tragedy of Zack Snyder losing his daughter. And this is why they were here at this point in time, to come together to raise money for AFSP, to save lives. That's what this was about. And Uche, with his connections, managed to bring in Zack for this little show that they've had going. And to say the least, it really went quite sour very, very quickly. I was there. I was there watching this as it was occurring. Moments before Zack had come on, I gave $200 of my own money for this, to support them, to support charity. And yeah, when Zack came on, it was just like, oh yeah, sunshine and rainbows. Just, you could see the smiles on their faces, and it's like people were excited. And then I have never witnessed anything like this in my life. I mean, of course, recent memory, all the things happening, elections or whatever, whatnot, crazy things happen. But as far as a particular instance like this, especially being more involved, so to speak, with a lot of it, I've never witnessed a moment quite like this. It's the most unique situation I've seen in some time, where you have the small corner of the internet, this group of people coming together to raise money for a good cause, and you know that many people would see them as bad people and to smear them and to think that they are this evil entity that's out there, which couldn't be further from the truth. They just simply have opinions that other people do not like. And it's just an unfortunate time that we live in now, where it doesn't really matter what you do in life. It doesn't matter how good you are to people or whatever. If you don't like a character, you don't like a movie, you have different political views, then you are just more or less a terrible person. And that's pretty much what it's come down to. Now again, with this situation right here, my God, I've never seen anything like it before. The air was sucked out of the room. Now, it's not, of course, a literal room with all these people together, but it's like you felt this, like, I felt the gut punch, particularly from Lethal and Ryan in this moment. And I'm going to get into more of this, but just to play the snippet right here.
There he is. What's up, man?
Hello.
Hey guys.
brother.
Hey guys, how you doing? How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
Doing great.
Listen, just a quick thing before we get started. I know that on our donation page, we still have the Geeks and Gamers logo. I just want to say that I really we talked about this, and we're really not affiliated with Geeks and Gamers as far as I'm concerned, and I really just want to make that clear. And I also want to just say,
Yeah, okay, so to stop right here, I noticed this part immediately with Lethal and Ryan especially, about what the hell was just said by Zack Snyder. And again, many will have their points on this. But the thing is, whatever, like from this whole thing, especially considering the perceived reputation of Geeks and Gamers and Zach being a part of Hollywood and part of that system, even though even on this channel, like I said, I've made my videos already, again, saying I wasn't the biggest fan, but I felt the hype because of guys like this, and I wanted to give it a chance because I wanted to, because it seemed like, you know what, hey, this could be something special. You know what, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna find and try to appreciate and try to, just grasp onto something finally being done for fans. Something that was meant to be positive, especially with this charity and all of that. And then this moment happens right here where just flat out not associated with Geeks and Gamers. Now, of course, you could sit there and argue as to whether or not it was valid to even say that point, to even bother to needing to say that. But it really is one of those moments you just have to look at and just say, wow, this is where we're at right now. Again, completely basically just disavowing Geeks and Gamers at this moment in time, knowing that they have people on this stream right here that are involved with that to help put this together. And yet he has to say, I have nothing to do with these guys. That's where we're at. And that is the scary part. Is 10 years ago, this wouldn't have even been a thing. This wouldn't even need to have been bothered to have been said at all. Not in the slightest. I'm willing to bet you. But the time that we're in now is to where we have to walk on eggshells. We have to tiptoe around all this bullshit to where a guy like Zack Snyder can go on a stream like this that's been organized by a very diverse group of people to help raise money for his cause because they believed in his vision. They believed in him. They believed in the cause for something like this because it directly involved him and his family. To have to say some shit like this and to follow it up with this part right here, which is what really kind of made the point. And I'm going to follow up with what I need to say.
In light of recent events, I think we really, if Justice League teaches us anything, it's about coming together, and there's no room for hate. And I just think that it's important. It's an important message. And of course, as the father of Asian children, it really hits close to home for me. And I just really want to put that out there that we all, there's no room for hate. And that's just what it's about.
And there you have it. Now, again, that right there is what really just nailed the point and just really just was like the ultimate gut punch to these guys. And again, you can see the look on Lethal and particularly Ryan's face right here, to where it's just, again, like I truly felt bad for him in that particular moment. I'm like, my God, could you not feel any shittier in a moment like that at all? Again, you could argue whether or not like he should have even have been on there or whatever, what the intent was behind it, whether or not he is directly associating Geeks and Gamers with recent events in Atlanta, because I am from Georgia. Like, this is basically my turf that this happened in. All right, and I do not condone any of this violence whatsoever. Of course, it's fucked up. Everyone knows. Anyone in their right mind knows that shit like that is fucked up. All right, but damn, this right here again. The fact that these statements needed to be made like this, it's just, and to be ran together with a group of people who are in no way, shape, or form associated with this type of thing, and then it's just, it's honestly a mind-blowing situation in this particular instance. It was the most awkward moment I had seen in some time. And wow, it's just, you can argue all you want to about what he actually thinks of Geeks and Gamers, whether or not he intended for this to happen. It's really honestly beside the point, because the main point just being what was said and what can be interpreted. If you are in the community, then if you've seen the streams after the fact discussing the entire matter, you can tell the divide amongst even themselves, amongst people in the chat when this was happening. Just so many people, how this can be interpreted and just seen as like, what the it is truly an astounding thing, because of course the time that we are living in now, it doesn't really matter about the general context, because again, it's about what they can run with. I mean, we've seen even things to where, again, like Gina Carano, like we saw what happened there. Exactly, we saw all of that shit play out, where again, simple tweet, just simply stating, just trying to make a political point. There was in no way, shape, or form like offensive to these people whatsoever, and yet it was seen that way. And again, you look what happened. They drug her through the mud. They just did not give a damn what happened to her after the fact. And this is where we are now. And again, what can be interpreted, like I said, even a complete clear-cut statement, no matter how good it is, it doesn't matter, because they will still try to find any way to shift that into something that easily could not be considered evil or hateful whatsoever. It doesn't matter, because that's what they do. And this right here definitely leaves interpretation, to where it doesn't matter. You run with this again, it's just not a good look. And were arguments about whether or not, what should have been, if he should have been called out at that moment in time, whether, peacefully or not. Again, like I said, that's in the past now. Like I said, I wasn't involved with it. Like, it's not my deal directly. It's just the matter of what was said and what felt like needed to be said. It's just, again, it goes to show that this is where we're at, to where we actually have to bother with something like this for a charity stream. Not to mention the rap, of course, putting a piece out, not even mentioning that it's a charity stream, trying to blast these guys, saying that, oh yeah, Zack Snyder completely disavows Geeks and Gamers on the stream, blah, blah, blah. And of course, again, this is where we're at now, to where everyone just comes out looking bad. It doesn't matter. And it just goes to show, again, just how utterly ridiculous what people have to deal with. It is absolutely unbelievable that this is the time that we have to live in, where, again, something that was meant to be good, it was meant to be a celebration, and yet was completely bogged down by more political shit. And that's the problem, is that politics have run so rampant. Again, people can't even celebrate anymore. It doesn't matter what good you do. It does not matter. It does not matter. Because no matter what you do, people will look at you as just being a complete piece of human shit. Over and over again, they will continue to do something like this. And this was a major torpedo. They got torpedoed to hell and back with this. All right, and they are pretty much still in hell. Okay, like this is just a huge turning point for many people involved, and I still support them, of course, whether or not you agree with how they handled it, because again, it's just simple facts to where, again, you can talk about what needed to be done, what still needs to be done, but at the end of the day, again, to put it the most simplest of ways, they're good people. They're all good people. Again, they just have a difference of opinion, and the fact that we have to even be in a situation like this is the sad part, to where it even, I mean, you get what I'm saying here? You get what I'm saying? It is just so fucking unfortunate to where something like this had to just be bogged down by people getting into other people's heads and saying what they can and cannot say, what they can or cannot do, what they can or cannot like. It doesn't fucking matter. This never needed to happen in the first fucking place. It should have just been, oh, hey, some YouTubers coming together. Oh, we got Zack coming on. Cool. Hey, love you guys. Thanks for doing this. I'll answer some questions and we'll move on about our fucking lives and try to do some good in the world. That's what it should have been, but it wasn't. It was bogged down by bullshit like this, and this shit needs to stop. Absolutely. I am Iron Ray, and I'm in this shit right here, and I'm going to continue on doing what I need to do. I'll see you around.